So when we have items like this that'll last for years, we start having a relationship with them. It sounds a bit weird, but you do. You start having a relationship with things that are around for years. Like, say, where's my water bottle? Or where's my knife? Or where's my cup? Or where's my whatever? It becomes a part of your makeup of who you are. And you don't have to keep smashing the creation to pieces in order to get new ones. So I think it's good for us to buy stuff that'll last, and so we can step out of the disposable into the quality. Now, for those of you that don't quite understand what I'm talking about, try it and see. Right, here's some other things. That sound is the sound of my aquaponics going off. It's not my stomach or anything like that. Right, here's a funny one. Okay. This is the Clean Cantina bottle, just over a litre it is. And I've used it a lot. It's been on many trips. You'll see it up on the storm wall, you'll see it on lots of my videos, bubbling away, making me purifying me some water, or making me a brew or something. Now, there's loads of people that like to clean everything. I like to clean what needs to be cleaned and leave what needs to be leaved. I like to clean what needs to be cleaned and leave what you don't need to clean. Now, I get some kind of weird satisfaction out of having the outside of this bottle covered in carbon and all sorts of bits and bobs, and the inside being full of pure water. I like the idea that inside that gnarled and carbon covered, burnt and battered exterior, just the other side of that thin wall is pure water. That this battered old thing contains pure fresh water. I like that idea. It really appeals to me. So as a result, I don't clean it. I like it as it is because it says something to me. Right, here's some other items over here. These are all knives that I've made. The first large knife I ever made is what I called the Big Mac. This is the first no messing large knife made out of 01 tool steel. I keep it in this sheath, this British Army bayonet sheath, I believe it is, and paracorded on the front of it. I've got a pouch for sticking other bits and bobs in that I might want to carry around. Works okay for me. So this is my Big Mac. I think I've got to say this is my number one knife. I have hammered and hammered and hammered this thing. All different woods, all different situations. This knife has been through the mill and has not failed me yet. It's a heavy item. It chops, as far as I'm concerned, better than an axe, and it's sharp enough to do the small sharp deeds that has to be done. If I was leaving home for good, this would definitely come with me. Number one on the list. Okay, now I made that myself. I watched lots of videos on how to make knives and how to harden and temper and stuff like that, and I made it. The handles, the scales are made from an oak tree that was in the garden of where I lived. The pins are drill bits. This is a cross between a knife and a sword. And there's not another one like it in the world. And I believe by the grace of God it will last years and years if looked after properly. And it's not disposable, it's unique, it's not disposable, it has quality. It has life quality, it is a part of my life, the Big Mac. The next large knife I made, which I made a video of it. I made a series of videos making this knife. This knife is called the Bobcat. And I wanted a lighter model of the Big Mac. Now the making of the Bobcat video went to over 200,000 views on my old Sack channel. I had people asking for me to make them for me, and I'd run into a lot of troubles in my life which had to be dealt with first, and I have actually finished my first order which is no longer an order. It has become more of an event. It's not become something that will be churned out and lots of people will own them. It may become something that one person owns and there will be nothing else like it, because of the things that were happening in my life, the difficulties and the stuff I had to go through, and I've managed now to finish it. And if anybody'd like to see it, I'll show it. The next one I made was this small knife. Now this is extremely tough and robust little thing. It's got heft to it, and I've called it the Mac Jack. First of all, I called it the Mac Jack because I thought I had a friendship with someone, but now it's the Mac Jack because I call my knives Macs. I like to have the name Mac, which comes from the word Maccabee, which was an intertestamental person who lived in Israel and beat the Greeks when they overtook. Anyway, it's now called the Mac Jack because my son Jazz Jack made the sheath, first sheath he ever made, and he made it for my Mac Jack. And see, unique, non-disposable, by the grace of God will last for years, a part of the makeup of my life. Now this is my first attempt at making a sheath myself. It's got a swedge, it's made of leather. I actually made it one piece of leather, took it up there, folded it over, brought that back down, so that's where the belt goes one, or you can have a belt going through there, two, there's a gap there, again three, and at the bottom there's a small gap in there for a lanyard to tie it to the leg. So this one, I wanted to make a 7-inch version of my large knives, and I make this. This is called the Mac 7. 7-inch blade. Once again, the wood is actually mahogany. Drill bits. 01 tool steel. And I've coated it in gun blue. I've gun blued it. It's got a bit of a pommel on the back there for breaking, battering or smashing or hammering. Nice knife. Once again, it's unique. There won't be tens, hundreds or thousands of them. There will only ever be one, because I've made it and it's a part of my life. Last thing I want to show you is this box I made. Found this box on a skip. It's got to be about 25 years ago. So I put a lid on it, cut out a lid, put a lid on it, put some hinges on it, and I used acrylic paints and non-run marker pens and made a design on the top and varnished it. And this has been around for about 25 years. So there you go. Thought out a bit of a design, painted it, put some writing around it. It says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God." Yahweh Elah. Elah means God. Yahweh Elah. Elah means God. Yahweh is his name. Blessed be that name. And that name means I am. He's who he is. He's the great I am. We know that we are. Blessed be our Father. So, I made that about 25 years ago. There's nothing else like it. It's a bit battered, but it's still nice. It still does a job. And it's unique. All of these items today, I suppose. What's this all about? Let's put a name to it. It's about creating and making things and making the most of, moving out of a disposable world. And giving some life to our souls instead of living in a plastic disposable, lifeless world. Okay. Rightio, that's the end of another load of videos. And now here comes the bit I can't stand the most. The editing and uploading. Anyway, such as it is, all the best. Kingdom Hiker out.